watching Fox Sports, home to Major League Baseball, the National Football League, NASCAR, and the new home of the BCS. This is America's #1 sports network.
It's time for another episode of The Roads of San Francisco, a Gorin Hill production, starring Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon will come off turn 12 and score his 8th road course checkered flag.
And Tony Stewart.
20th career win for Tony Stewart.
And co-starring Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and BW.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
With special appearances from Chris Myers and Jeff Hammond. Today's episode, Twists and Turns, where right turns meet left turns.
Oh, big trouble. Big mix. It's ugly right there.
Act 1, the ones who have won. Act 2, who else will be kings of the road here on The Roads of San Francisco?
Jimmy likes NASCAR.
Epilogue. Actually, the roads of San Francisco are really located in Sonoma, but it's Hollywood, and we took a little creative license. To be continued.
A Gary Lang production, a reality show that you will not forget. Fox Sports welcomes you to this unique venue, NASCAR in the wine country, just north of San Francisco in Sonoma, California, the 16th race of the season, but the first road course test. It'll be a grueling, demanding, and punishing day for America's best drivers. The pole sitter, the points leader, the red-hot driver are ready to go. Our Hollywood hotel located trackside. We bring you closer to the action. It's where America gathers for NASCAR every weekend. And thanks for being with us, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers. Appreciate you being with us. You ready? You like that? Oh, that's pretty good.
That was pretty cool,
Kind
man.
of exciting stuff.
We got some great people that write that stuff. I love that.
Jeff Gordon here has not won a race yet this year. We know he's the king of the road. And Casey Kane already 4 wins. He's won 2 of the last 4. He comes in hot, but that could be upside down after today.
Well, it could be, but let me tell you one thing. He may not have won any races, Jeff Gordon, but I know something he has done. He's going to be going to the chapel.
Going to get married?
Yeah, I heard he got engaged last night. He's going to get married. And
you have a good source?
Yes, his mama told me.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good source.
Yeah, it is.
She told me not to tell anybody, but I can't keep that a secret.
You can't keep quiet. All right, so Casey Kane, though, like other drivers that are so well at other, things could change for them here.
Oh, this is the kind of place right now that Casey Kane doesn't really want to come to right now. He's been on a roll, and road racing has not really been his forte so far, Chris. So he's looking to kind of turn it around here. He's been working with the professor, Boris Said, Bill Elliott, and anybody else he can get information from, because he needs to have a solid run to kind of keep up with these points and kind of keep that momentum going.
So he's just kind of hoping for a top 15 or top 20 finish. How about the layout? This is a different track the way it looks, Darrell. Take us through. It's just under 2 miles, the actual layout here.
Yeah, it's got tight turns. It's pretty slick. And there's not a lot of passing zones. And so that's what causes all the excitement here. A lot of elevation changes, steep uphill, some downhills, a lot of shifting, 11 turns, 10 or 11 shifts per lap. It's a lot of things happening in one lap around this joint.
And Jeff Burton said a sense of urgency seems higher in road races, which is what we'll see today. All right. Two-time NASCAR champ Tony Stewart a chance to win his 4th straight road course win today. He's coming off a frustrating weekend in Michigan, but he is smiling, having the fastest car in happy hour.
Well, when you list the road course winners, list this man, Tony Stewart.
A dominant afternoon at the Glen.
Crossover move by Stewart.
Tony Stewart has been the man.
Here is the Mr. Excitement of American road racing.
And Dick Berggren is with Tony Stewart. Hey, Dick.
Hey there. Hey, Tony. He's won the last 3 road races in a row.
Walter, what would you do?
But not the fastest car in the early part of practice. Going to start 12th today. Is the car now the car to beat?
Well, I think we're a lot better for sure. I mean, Zippy and all the guys in the Home Depot team, they've had to do double the work they normally do. We've had them changing a lot of stuff this weekend, but I think this tires kind of caught us off guard. They changed the rears, I believe, so we're just struggling trying to keep rear grip in the car right now. But we made another adjustment between last night and today, and I think we'll be a lot better off.
And as you can tell, the driver is very relaxed today, Chris Myers.
All right, thanks, Dick. And Tony's still on pace as he was last year when he won his second championship. He will start from row 6. Here's what's around the turn. Our crew said, hey, we love Sonoma, and we definitely do. We've left no stone unturned, no bottle uncorked, as we got into the mood and the atmosphere in and around the racetrack here. Here's what's in store for the rest of our show. We brought together the hired guns of road racing to find out who will be the surest shot. DW will pick apart the specialist and give us a better feel for the track in his drive and ride. And we've led you through another season of 10 laps today with the drivers. We'll recall all the laughter and the sneers. And there'll be plenty of cheese and whining in Gas and Go from our experts. Sit back, relax. This is NASCAR on Fox. Fox back in Sonoma, and a Hall of Fame quarterback and a future Hall of Fame driver. Roger Staubach knows something about passing.
Yeah, he better know something about passing a loot if he's going to stay in NASCAR.
It's expensive. Well, lead on Troy Aikman for all the cash. Time for NASCAR news and notes. 19-year-old Marco Andretti, runner-up at the Indy 500, a name mentioned in NASCAR. Chip Ganassi Racing could be a place. They plan on fielding 3 Cup teams and need a driver for the 42 car next year. Gene Haas, owner of the 66 car, facing criminal charges. The federal government Monday indicted and arrested him for tax fraud and intimidating a witness. Haas' company denied the charge. Last night, wild finish Busch Series in Milwaukee. Harvick wrecks. Paul Menard goes on to win a green-white checker. It was a second straight race that a Busch Series race was not won by a Nextel Cup regular. Congratulations to Paul Menard. Time for Gas and Go. You've got questions. Our guys.
Here we go. Here we go.
Can we leave?
All right, Daryl, here we go. It's 15 seconds, Daryl. Who is the best road racer of the Nextel Cup regulars? We know about Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, a couple of wins, Mark Martin. So give us your best. Give us an order.
Looks to me like it's Kurt Busch.
On the pole.
I mean, he's on the pole, and, of course, Jamie McMurray's right there beside him. Road racing is something that you just kind of pick up all at once. It's a knack. You learn how to do it. I tell you, I like that 2-car today because Rusty always run well here. He's won here. Put a little money on the 2-car today if I were you.
Jamie McMurray up front with
Never
Kurt
won a
Busch.
race. Never won a race.
All right, Jeff, 15 seconds. Does Elliott Sadler want out at Robert Yates Racing? He said, no, I'm staying, but there's all kinds of things flying around
You think
here.
I gotta tell him?
Yeah, tell me. Come
I've
on.
already told you once. I think there's still trouble in River City. Elliott Sadler's not happy. I don't think it's going to work between him and Tommy Baldwin. Somebody's got to go.
I think it's
Sadler,
a family feud there.
Sadler,
sounds to me like.
21st in points, worst positioning this season. All right, Daryl Kenner. A rookie win here. We have Denny Hamlin competing, and he won on that road course in Mexico, right?
Well, there's been one in the top 15 in every race so far this year, a rookie. But they are so far back today. Now, I liked what they did to Clint Boyer's car yesterday. He really stepped it up from his qualifying to his practice. But can a rookie win here? Denny Hamlin won at Mexico. He'd be the only one I'd give it a
You're
shot.
shaking your head.
No.
You say no. Okay.
So I say no.
Stiffer,
All right, good.
competition.
They're agreeing. All right, Jeff, 15 seconds. Will all 5 of the Roush drivers make the chase? You know, Biffle moved into the top 10. You got McMurray on the outside. Edwards trying to get in there.
No.
No, not all 5.
No, I think right now you're probably going to be looking at 4 out of the 5, and I think that right now Jamie McMurray has still got a lot of work to do to get up there where he needs to go. I believe Carl Edwards will make it, and that'll put 4 out of 5 in the
4 out of 5, so you have McMurray out. Okay.
Yep.
Daryl, for you, 15 seconds. Jeff Gordon's second worst starting spot here, but he was fast in practice. How do you think he'll do today, and how badly, even though you know he's going to get married here, does he need this win? He hasn't gone 0 for 15 more than twice to start a year.
Look at the size of that diamond ring I saw down there. He needs this win pretty bad, I got to tell you. No, I can't bet against Jeff. He's the master on the road course, and I tell you why. He's
contradicting himself.
Well, he was picking Kurt Busch.
Right.
Go ahead.
I like Jeff because he is the best of both worlds. He's a great oval track racer, and he's a good road racer, and you take the combination of the two. That's why he's won so many races on these road courses.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right, I'm glad you got that straightened out.
In conjunction with the Greg Biffle Foundation launching the 2007 NASCAR Pet Calendar, the results for the vote on which adoptable animal looks like their Fox broadcast partner is in, and Larry looks most like Teddy.
I'm glad I didn't win that competition.
Yeah, that's what we don't want to. They didn't even vote on the barking, too, which would have been a different. I kid. I care. This is NASCAR on Fox.
And everybody having a ball.
The NASCAR on Fox pre-race show is sponsored by AOL. Want a better high-speed internet? You belong at AOL. By Singular, raising the bar. By Radio Shack. Don't just get a phone, get a new Singular phone at Radio Shack. And by Wendy's Combos. Now with a choice of 7 sides so you can do what tastes right.
David Gilliland is coming. That's an unbelievable story. This may be the biggest upset in Busch Series history. David Gilliland wins in Kentucky.
And David Gilliland may seem like an overnight success, but at age 30, he's been at this for a while. Part-time Busch Series driver. Best finish was 29th until he won last week in Kentucky. He's been flooded with calls and offers today. As you see, David, he will start his first ever Cup race on a track that he won in the Southwest Tour back in 2004. On to the points. Jimmy Johnson first, Matt Kenseth second. Neither of those guys have ever won here. And Casey Kane, we've said that he's won 4 of the first 15 races, but he's finished 31st and 41st in his 2 previous Sonoma starts. The point standings could be shaken up after today's race because of the influence of 4 road course specialists. The ringers here are drivers hired by teams to handle the unique demands of NASCAR's 2 annual road races. They're a competitive bunch hoping to rack up a win.
It says hustler, huh? Hustlers? Well, you know, I mean, we like to come in and take some of that cut money and, you know, put it in our back pocket, and I guess we could be a little bit of a hustler.
The term that I would probably prefer is just, I'm just a racer. I'm glad to be relatively good at something, whether it's turning left and right.
The road racers are better looking. It's like golf and tennis, you know, both sports are hard, but they're just different. You know, it takes different techniques to excel at them. And, you know, I've been working with a lot of the NASCAR Next Level Cup guys, oval guys, let's say, on their road racing, and it's like showing a duck water. Once you show them a few little things, they take to it, and I mean, they're the best racers in the world right now.
You run so close together, you race so tight, and even if you're back in 20th, you're racing somebody. And I think that's what is appealing to the racer. You're always racing somebody.
You know, I think we get some respect from the regular Cup guys, and the guy that bridged the gap between what it is I do and the Nextel Cup Series was Dale Earnhardt Sr. When he and Dale Jr. ran with us with the Corvettes at Daytona in 2001, I think a lot of people followed the Corvettes and what exactly we're doing.
I'm friends with a lot of the guys, and I've been very helpful helping a lot of the guys, but the camaraderie is great, and we have a blast on and off the track.
I've raced in you know, all the major forms of racing in the country, and you know, to have a win at this level would be it would be the height of your career.
To win an Nextel Cup race would be probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and probably second to, you know, my son being born this last 2 years ago. It would be the biggest, happiest day of my life. It'd be a big party.
And right on cue, Boris looks a little like Frank Zappa. There he is with his son ready to go. He starts fifth. And
it's be really humid out there today.
that hair. So obviously money, they do a good job. But these guys, the specialists, they can win a race here, although no one has won this particular race, none of those road specialists.
I think when you look at all these guys that come to NASCAR, talk about NASCAR, inspire to be in NASCAR, Marco Andretti is a good example. Jimmy Johnson's already won this year $5.2 million. Now, drivers love trophies, but they like dollar signs too. And so there's a great opportunity for those guys to come over here and get in a good car and make a great living.
Well, I think when you talk about a guy like Boris said, you got to understand, he and Jack Roush have kind of like made an alliance here, and they formed a new team to allow Boris to not only get an opportunity to run some of these road course races, but to run other places also. So he is such a talented instructor as well as a driver, and I think, you know, you got to realize he is driving kind of like that sixth Roush entry here today, and he's going to be a force to reckon with, guys.
He's the road runner, I believe. If there's one that can pull the victory off, it's he today, because that team with Frankie Stoddard and that equipment, I believe that's the car that could do it.
A lot of experience between the two guys right there.
Is that fair in the big points picture to have a specialist come in for you and help hold you?
Hey, all's fair in love and racing.
That's exactly right, baby.
Tell that to Jeff Gordon.
All these guys right now are trying to make up points that are outside the top 35. That's the reason why they've got drivers in their cars today, like Scott Pruitt, you know, Ron Fellas, for example. All of them are trying to gain some points. P.J. Jones, no different in the 4-car. They're all wanting to get up in the top 35.
We'll continue from our pre-race program here. 110 laps, about 219 miles. Chris Isaac will be singing in Sonoma. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. From Sonoma, California, sunny, a high 70s. The temperature could hit 80 today for the drivers over this road course. Jeff Gordon going for his 9th all-time road course victory, gearing up, and we'll take you down trackside for opening ceremonies.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand for the presentation of colors by the Travis Air Force Base Honor Guard from Fairfield, California. And if you would, remove your hats as we listen to our invocation from Raceway Ministries, Miss Tina Coleman.
Please pray with me. Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that we can come and enjoy the Dodge Save Mart 350. We thank you for the hard work of the Infineon staff, their volunteers, the officials, and the safety personnel that make this event possible. Thank you for the talent of the drivers and their crews that keep us at the edge of our seats, and thank fans that fuel this sport. We ask now for your protection and guidance over everyone here today, keeping us safe as we enjoy the thrill that is NASCAR. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Tina. And now our national anthem performed by Chris Isaac and Kenny Dale Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free and the
This week in NASCAR is coming up next. Three-time and defending NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion crew chief Chad Canals is here, and Mr. Excitement Jimmy Spencer is here to help us break down the race to the chase in Richmond. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Right now, I wouldn't be waiting for that last lap stuff doesn't work anymore.
That last lap stuff is great for Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not great for right here. Let me say that. You want to get in front and block. Is what you want to do, and especially when you've got a teammate, you want to get in front and put it down to the 11 and the 18 and let those guys race. And I'm telling you what, there's not many people, I'll say that, as good or better than Tony Stewart in the last 5 or 6 laps of a race.
And the thing is, you got to do it now, Kyle, because there may be a wreck.
There may be a wreck.
And it may take you 2 or 3 laps to work on that leader. These guys need to be doing it now.
That wreck was almost Montoya. He was completely sideways coming off the corner. He saved it again. Busy night for Juan Pablo Montoya as he still runs up inside the top 10 after all he's been through tonight in that 42. Two to go.
The guys running 6th and 7th have torn up race cars. You know what I mean? I mean, they've been in accidents, but they have driven the wheels off of them, Kurt Busch and Juan Montoya, to keep these cars in contention.
The only ones not with any damage are the ones at the very front of this pack. But we're not done as we're coming around, getting ready for the white flag.
31 at Burt Car.
Here they come, to the outside. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's got him, and Tony cuts off Hamlin.
Now what's Tony going to do?
You're clear.
And now the question is, Tony's got no help because these guys are running too wide behind him.
Right.
So now it's man on man right now.
I don't think it's gonna get wider here in a minute, I believe.
Here comes Johnson in behind Stewart. Is it enough? Hamlin's high side up there by himself in the 11. First lap led all night by Kyle Busch, and it's the money lap, and it might be all it takes.
It really
now, what does Johnson do to help Stewart?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Busch is going to hog all the racetrack, or he should. He's mirror driving right now.
Tony Stewart trying to get to the bottom.
He may get turned for mirror driving, but he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze in there.
See that hand?
Shoving to the bottom.
Oh my goodness, he just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
there he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall.
Oh my God.
Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man, that's an ugly finish. But incredible. Incredible.
But that was 100% mirror driving, and that's what you have. That's what Kyle Busch had to do.
That's
That'll help. So we are coming to the green. A 2-lap race for the win and for the championship. A little overtime. Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch behind Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle. Who wins and who wins the title?
Tony brought him down. Pretty nice. Here they go.
Gordon looking for second on Biffle.
But Biffle.
And Biffle looking for the lead on Tony Stewart. Johnson 3 wide to the outside.
How about that move for Biffle? Hung on to it and took the lead at the same time.
And Kurt Busch making sure they all don't end up in a smoking pile.
Jimmy Johnson second. Jeff Gordon trying outside Tony Stewart. Will he get it? I think he will when he gets down on the straightaway. Got the momentum.
White flag, 1 lap to go. Look at this. Kurt might get challenged by some of these guys coming up behind him.
He certainly doesn't need to lose those positions.
Jimmy Johnson to second. Jeff Gordon third. Kurt Busch in fifth and trying to hang on to that spot. If he stays there, he wins the title.
You may see a Hail Mary here by the 20 car, right on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon. Don't think he can do it.
Checkered flag is up. Greg Biffle wins the Ford 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon finish second and third. It's not going to be enough. Kurt Busch is the 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series.
Right beside him. Last lap of the season. Teammates Mark Martin and Greg Biffle fighting for the lead while Tony Stewart tries to hang on to his position to clinch the championship.
This is going to be good off of 2. This has been Biffle's sweet spot off the second corner.
Mark's there.
He's there.
And I think Mark's been better in 4.
Looks that way.
See if he can hold on. Boy, Biffle drove in deep.
Will it stick?
Oh, he's sliding up the track. Out of 4, they come to the line. Wow! Greg Biffle wins the race. Watching for Tony Stewart.
8th position. 13th or better will clinch him the Nextel Cup Championship. Pace car to pit road.
Casey Kane's going to have to get it done in 1 or 2, I think, BP. What do you think?
You got to get a really good jump on Biffle.
Green flag in the air for the final time this season.
Hey, don't forget about that 11 car.
And here comes Hamlin. That's going to help Biffle out a great deal as he battles with Casey Kane.
Oh! Boy, it sure looked like Hamlin got loose down there. Truex is going to take that spot away, and he's working on second.
Truex and Kane. That's for second behind Greg Biffle.
And Truex can see the leader directly in front of him, but does he have enough time?
Looking for his first ever Nextel Cup Series win. Last lap of the season. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car closing in on the championship. Biffle looking for the win. Truex trying to play spoiler up front.
Don't think Truex is going to have enough. Biffle got a really great restart. Too many car lengths.
Biffle going for 3 in a row. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Coming to the finish line. Greg Biffle goes 3 in a row at Homestead. And Jimmy Johnson is the 2006 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion.
his crew chief and Carl Edwards came down here, and they have hurt for speed all during testing, all during qualifying and practice for qualifying. And Carl wasn't totally happy with the way the car drove in a big pack, but he felt like the car was going to handle well. I think especially Krista in the configurations in now, just up there kind of in single file.
Well, Larry, we are on the same page. I spoke with Jack Roush, and he said that Carl has a car that has more downforce than others. They think they were going to be in good shape with that. In good shape indeed. They're currently running in the top 10. You know, that's a much better outing than Carl had at this race last year when he only completed 78 laps and finished last. He finished 39th in July, so this is a much better race for Carl. He said he's more comfortable with drafting. He feels like he's at about 75% at where he needs to be. But guys, I think the secret is his aerodynamics. He had a goatee yesterday. He's clean shaven today. He is aerodynamically sound.
This is the Bank of America Countdown to Green as we get set to go racing.
These fans have come to the fast and furious Atlanta Motor Speedway knowing this is a pivotal day for the drivers in the chase for the Nextel Cup. All 10 men still have a shot at the 2006 title. With just 4 races to go, they know they cannot win the championship today, but they sure could lose it. The chase is... After 6 rounds of the chase for the Nextel Cup, there's a totally different picture. Jeff Burton took the championship lead with a win at Dover in round 2, and everyone knew he had shown strength and consistency all season long.
We didn't gain on the new Iceman.
But Burton began to feel the heat at Martinsville, falling out of the race with engine problems and falling to 5th in the standings, 48 points out of 1st. With just 4 races remaining, 10 men are in the tightest point race in the 3-year history of the chase. 8 drivers, separated by just 99 points. And now they must try to chase down 2003 Series champion, Matt Kenseth. After a Week 1 crash, Jimmy Johnson thought his chase might be over.
I hope that I don't eat the words that I said early on where you can lose it today.
2 weeks ago, he was 156 points out after a Talladega tap from his teammate. But a second-place finish at Charlotte and last Sunday's win at Martinsville have him just 41 points from 1st place. 3 drivers have dominated the top of the championship standings this season. But today, 9 men have a chance to take the lead in the chase for the 2006 Nextel Cup. Guys, good job. NBC Sports, in association with NASCAR, presents Round 7 in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Today, it's NASCAR Nextel Cup racing from Atlanta, presented by the Home Depot. Hi, everybody. Our NBC race team, happy to welcome you to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Bank of America Countdown to Green. I'm Bill Weber. 6 of the 10 drivers in the chase have won at this track. Casey Kane won here in the spring, and 5 chasers finished 6th or better. In this race last year, 5 of the 2006 chasers finished 8th or better. They are bunched up in points and bunched up on the starting grid on a lightning quick racetrack. Now, qualifying here was rained out on Friday, so the field was set by the NASCAR rulebook. Basically, that's owner points, so the 10 drivers in the chase are the top 10 drivers on the grid. Matt Kenseth is the new leader. The maximum point change possible in one race is 156. That means any of the top 9 drivers could leave here with the championship lead. Off the win at Martinsville, Jimmy Johnson is third in points, and he's with Matt Yoakum.
Bill, the tide has definitely turned for Jimmy Johnson. The 48 guys is second at Charlotte, the win you mentioned last week. Jimmy, do you now approach the final 4 races like it's the fourth quarter and the score is 0-0 with everyone?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we're down by a field goal or 7 points, something like that. But yeah, we've had a great season. We've won some great races. We're back in the middle of this points championship, but we're just having fun. And that's been the best thing about this team this year is that we're having fun. We're racing hard, and now we're back in it as a result of all that. So I'm just looking forward to having some more fun tonight.
He's had a lot of fun here at Atlanta in the past. In fact, he's had 5 top 10 finishes in his last 6 Atlanta starts. To Marty Snyder.
Well, Matt, earlier this season, the 17 team had really the best intermediate program at the mile-and-a-half racetracks, but here in the Chase, it hasn't been quite as good. Matt, with 3 of these types of racetracks left, how concerned are you about that, and what have you guys done to turn it around?
I'm concerned about it. I mean, we went to Homestead and everybody got tested and we worked hard on it, but we just haven't been ourselves. We just can't get the cars to drive good, and we don't really know exactly why. So yesterday was really a struggle. We were way off yesterday all day, and you know, Chip and Robbie and me and Greg, everybody kind of got together and put our heads together and tried to figure out maybe some of the things we had wrong. And you know, we changed a lot of things last night, so hopefully we got some of it right. We'll just have to wait and see.
They also brought out a car they haven't used in a while. Matt has not raced this car since May in Darlington, where it finished 3rd. Dave Burns.
Marty, currently 2nd in the Chase, but with the Busch Series championship already locked up, Kevin Harvick gave up a little practice time here at Atlanta, went to Memphis and won the race. That was all good. Now, did the lack of practice here, is that going to affect your race today at all at Atlanta?
Well, I don't think so. I think you guys make a bigger story out of it than it really is. We spent the first part of the year planning our schedule and doing things that we thought we needed to do, and if we weren't in that position, you know, we'd still be racing for a championship. So it's, you know, it's fortunate that we're in that position, but we owe it to the fans, our people that work for us, and all the people involved to stick to our commitment. So maybe that's something that they don't know in TV land.
Good luck today. If he wins here at Atlanta, it will be his 2nd win here at this Speedway. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. We'll see how big that story turns out to be. Denny Hamlin is 4th in points, makes just his 3rd start in Atlanta. Mark Martin is a 2-time winner here in 41 career starts. He has 21 Atlanta top 10s. He rolls off 7th, 96 points out.
Bank of America Countdown to Green is brought to you by Little Debbie. Go to LittleDebbie500.com for your opportunity to win great racing prizes. Little Debbie, unwrap a smile today. By the Home Depot's Home Improvement Week, November 2nd through the 8th. Go to 7projects7days.com for details. And by Bank of America.
Tough day here at Martinsville for the man that came in as the championship leader. Jeff Burton, early contact with Joe Nemechek in the rear bumper.
And the problem that he's having right now is that the car is overheating for Jeff. They may have had more damage to that front end than they thought. Jeff just radioed in, motor broke, the crew scrambled. He's still under power right now, but something definitely wrong under the hood.
To the garage.
This team is really tough and really resilient. We still feel like that going to Atlanta that we have as good a chance as anybody, and I can guarantee you this team will not lay down.
With Jeff Burton and a host of others climbing on board the truck getting ready to ride around the racetrack. Jeff, how does what happened to you last week change the way everyone races these final 4 races?
Well, I don't know. I believe that we have a 4-race championship now. I think that it's last week equaled things out, and it's a 4-race championship. I think no one can afford a really bad finish, and to win the championship, I think you've got to knock off 4 really good races. It's going to take 3 top 5s, in my opinion, and then a race that's pretty good on top of that. So I think that everybody's focus is on trying to get that done.
Good luck today. Jeff Burton, he starts the race in 5th, Bill.
Thanks, Alan. Time now for our Bank of America race stat. Jeff Gordon is a 4-time winner here, but his most recent win came in October of 2003. Kyle Busch has made just 4 starts here. His best finish, 12th. The Bank of America Countdown to Green roars on from Atlanta. 1 year ago, Carl Edwards swept both races at this track. Today, Casey Kane hopes to follow in Carl's tire tracks all the way to victory lane, Matt.
And Bill, the 2 races leading up to the chase, Casey Kane chiseled away 90 points to lock himself in, 99 markers out. Could the next 4 races line up any better for you, Case, looking at your record this year?
No, I think we're looking good. I mean, we have a lot of good tracks for us. The mile-and-a-half program at Evernet Motorsports has been really strong, and I think our Dodge Chargers really handle well on those tracks. So looking forward to it. Today's a perfect day for racing. Nice out, and try to get McDonald's up front and have a good race.
They brought the most productive car in their stable, Bill. 6 wins this year, 5 came with the car that'll take the green flag today.
Thank you, Matt. Getting ready for race number 7 in the chase for the Nextel Cup. The Bank of America Countdown to Green will continue from pit road.
The Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of NASCAR's fastest tracks, in sight of race 7 of 10 in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Down here on pit road with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who has just walked up to his car. Junior, you're 94 points down. You said this weekend you need to be more aggressive in these last 4 races. How?
Oh, man, well, I'll just have to figure it out when I get out there. But, last week at Martinsville, I just lost sight of the prize and overdid it there trying to make up a spot, and should have just took what I had, and that's just not really my nature, so it's really hard for me to sort of go into that mode. But when I won Busch Series championships, I won them by wide margins. I've never really been in this situation before. So today, that sort of put me in a little bit of a hole. 4 races to go. We got to race really, really hard now, and we might make some more mistakes, but we got to go for it.
All right, Junior, appreciate it. Good luck today. He starts 6th. Well, so far, these races in the chase for the Nextel Cup have been filled with roller coaster rides, ups and downs for a lot of the championship contenders. What will today's storyline be? We find out in 500 very fast miles starting shortly. The countdown's at 0. NASCAR Racing from Atlanta is next.
This has been the Bank of America Countdown to Green. Let's go racing.
NBC Sports live at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Round 7 in the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship. Let's take you trackside for today's pre-race ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as the Georgia Department of Natural Resources Law Enforcement Division presents our nation's colors. Please remain standing as Bill Brannon, Atlanta Motor Speedway chaplain, offers today's invocation.
Heavenly Father, you've blessed us to live in a great nation with dedicated people to defend and protect us. You've blessed us with great cities where we can live and work, great sporting events like this that we can enjoy, and great places where we can freely worship. You've blessed us with great natural resources and outdoor sports afield, which Bass Pro and others help preserve. Blessed us with a great Savior in your Son, Jesus Christ. It's in his name we pray. Amen.
is the Bank of America Countdown to Green as we get set to...
NBC Sports, in association with NASCAR, presents Round 8 in the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship from the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. Hi, everybody. Our NBC race team happy to welcome you to the Bank of America Countdown to Green. I'm Bill Weber. Rain is a story. It has rained on and off most of the day. More rain is in the forecast for this afternoon. The green flag is scheduled for 2:55 Eastern Time. That's less than 24 minutes from now. Let's take a look at the championship standings with 3 races to go. The top 5 separated by just 84 points. Championship leader Matt Kenseth will start 36th. 4 chasers start in the top 10. The drivers below Jeff Burton are mathematically alive, but realistically, they're long shots. The maximum point gain possible in one race is 156 points. So any of the top 7 drivers in the chase could leave here as the point leader. Dave Burns is with the current point leader.
And Bill, as you mentioned, he does start 36 today. It is his worst starting position of the season. Kind of a bad time for that, Matt. How do you guys dig yourselves out of this hole today?
You mean qualifying?
Yeah, starting way back in row 18.
I couldn't hear you very good. It's not the first time we started in the back here. I think we started last in the spring after a failure and ran okay, and I think we won from the back here once. So I'm not really concerned about a qualifying spot, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned with, how our performance, is going to be today. So we didn't perform very good yesterday at all, really. And, we made a lot of changes overnight. Hopefully we did the right things to get our car a little more competitive.
Be hard work today for the former winner and second place finisher from the spring race, Bill.
Thank you, Dave. Brian Vickers won the pole on Friday with a new track record at Texas. It's his first pole of 2006. The Bank of America Countdown to Green will continue. The Bank of America Countdown to Green is brought to you by Bank of America, by Energizer, Keep Going, and by Suzuki, maker of performance-driven motorcycles, scooters, and all-terrain vehicles. Jimmy Johnson, second in the chase, comes to Texas with 3 straight top 3 finishes, including the win at Martinsville. He starts 5th. Denny Hamlin is 3rd in points, 65 out of 1st. He rolls off 6th. He finished 4th here in the April race. Our NBC Sports coverage of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Chase for the Championship continues from the Texas Motor Speedway here in Fort Worth. Time now for our Bank of America race stat. Jeff Gordon has 75 career victories, one behind 6th place Dale Earnhardt on the all-time win list. But in the 11 races here at Texas, Gordon has never made it to victory lane. He was 2nd here in 2002, and in the last 3 races has finished 14th or worse. Earlier today, here at the Texas Motor Speedway, during driver introductions, here was Robbie Gordon's introduction.
Starting 8th and driving the number 20, the Home Depot Chevrolet, Tony Stewart.
Robbie Gordon receiving a mixed reaction from the fans here at the Texas Motor Speedway after the roll bar padding incident 1 week ago in Atlanta. Hoping to go green at 55 minutes past the hour, and the Bank of America Countdown to Green will continue from Texas. There you see the team photo with car owner Rick Hendrick and Terry's teammates at Hendrick Motorsports. Terry will turn 50 years old on November 16th, and after today, he walks away from the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series.
at the front of the grid. A 3-decade career coming to a close today, and so many all-stars have been at the front of the grid wishing Terry Labonte well. Overwhelming the support you've received from the NASCAR community this weekend, Terry.
Well, it really has been, and it's been fun to be a part of this series for a long time, and I've really enjoyed every bit of it, and been able to do this for several years. And there's a lot of great drivers in here that I've raced against over the years, and it's just kind of been a dream come true for me to be able to run as long as we have.
Your car today is just labeled with so many memories throughout your career. Is there one that stands out as the memory for Terry Labonte?
You know, I think they all are very important, and they all stand out as special moments, and it's got some very special people on it. Gary Dehart and I standing right here in Victory Lane after we won the championship. Rick Hendricks on here, Randy Dorton and John Hendrick on the back here at a race at Talladega. We won. Papa Joe Hendricks on the right side from a victory in Richmond, and so many really cool memories on this car.
Now, if you talk to the drivers that have come up and visited you, the second thing they'll say is, hey, what about the car over here? This is a real race car. This is a vintage Terry Labonte.
Yeah, this is what everybody wants to look at, is this one here. And this was a car that I won the 1980 Southern 500 with, and it's really just like it was. And everybody said, boy, I bet they were a handful. They were a handful. I can tell you that. They were a handful. But they've changed a lot, and you look at some of the safety features that it doesn't have compared to what we have today. They've come a long way.
He's had quite a career, 22 wins, 2 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series championships. The Shifting Gears Tour coming to an end today here at Texas. Marty?
Matt Dale Earnhardt Jr. relaxing with his crew, trying to chill out a little bit. I guess the first question for you, you've been battling the flu all week. How do you feel?
Feel better. Got in the infield care center, and they kind of patched me up anyways to be able to get here today and race. But car's been great, been fast all weekend, and we'll try to toughen up today and get it done.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for you. You're trying to also win a championship in the middle of all this. 84 points back, 3 races. How do you get it done?